Forget the boring nerd stereotype. Underneath that brainy, glasses-wearing exterior, Bill Gates was the ultimate capitalist godfather of dropshipping and the absolute lord of the flip, pulling off the most savage zero-capital masterstroke deal in human history. Back in 1980, IBM, the final boss of the tech server at the time, desperately needed a soul, an operating system, for their new personal computers. The IBM top brass humbled themselves to approach Gates, whose Microsoft was just a no-name startup back then, asking if he had a solid OS to sell. Despite having absolutely nothing in his hands, Gates casually activated his fake-it-till-you-make-it mode and smooth-talked them with legendary BS, confirming he had top-tier goods ready to go and sealing the deal on the spot. Immediately after, he scrambled like crazy to hunt down a second-hand product, finding a small-time company with a software called QDOS. He threw down $50,000, a big chunk of change for a startup, but literal pocket change for IBM's bottomless pockets, bought the software outright, gave it a quick facelift, and rebranded it as MS-DOS to kick off the ultimate flip. When delivery day arrived, IBM came with a fat stack of cash ready to buy MS-DOS completely. But instead of taking the quick payout like a typical desperate startup founder, the wizard Bill Gates dropped a game-changing reverse Uno card. He refused to sell it outright, offering instead to just license it so IBM could rent it for their machines, while he strictly kept the original copyright. The arrogant IBM execs laughed it off, thinking the real money was in selling hardware, not some cheap software. So they quickly signed the contract allowing Gates to retain ownership and sell it to others. That blinding arrogance birthed the richest man on the planet, because years later, when companies like Compaq and HP started cloning IBM's hardware to sell it cheaper, they still desperately needed an OS to make those machines run. As a result, the entire tech world had to line up on their knees begging Microsoft for MS-DOS licenses, while Gates just sat back and watched the passive income auto-deposit into his bank account with every single PC sold globally. The ultimate ideological lesson here is that it doesn't matter if you actually build the product. What matters is your God-tier, smooth-talking to close the deal and your next-level mindset for collecting endless passive income, proving that buying from the bored and renting to the desperate is the absolute peak of the game.